Whew, it's like summertime out there, folks. It's gonna be 85 degrees today. We had snow like, I don't know, 2.5 weeks ago. We got us a GMC Canyon here. I think it's a 2016 variety. It's got the big 3.6. Needs a few things. Oil cooler lines are leaking. This front wheel bearing is bad. Well, kind of. Kind of bad? Yeah. You heard me. Kind of bad. So we're going to pull this caliper off. And how can it be kind of bad? The magnet on the back of it must be broke, according to my data. Best thing you can do with these, just let them swing by the hose like that. That'll get people going, won't it? This is also that I'm spiteful when I do stuff like that. When we get all the experts going. Don't worry, folks. It's getting new brake hoses, so alright, everybody just calm down. Let's take the axle nut off here, and then we'll get the bolt off in the back and knock this thing out of here. Yeah, the brake hoses are pretty rusty, so they need to be replaced before they pop apart. Oh, hey, dude, slow down. Looks like whoever did the brake job never cleaned up the wheel hub. Looks like the bolt broke off there on them there. Hey, it's that guy. The bolt that holds the rotor on, not a big deal. We'll clean this stuff up before we put it back on. Give that a very light massage. Let's see if we can get her in there. There we go. Now I think we can get to the bolts. I believe if you read service data, you're supposed to remove the entire CV axle, which I don't think we're going to do. I'm not going to take the knuckle off or anything. I think we can wrench the bolts out. See if we can't get the axle to stay in on us. Sometimes you get lucky. Well, let's see. We'll shove her in a little bit there, and then we'll just kind of pinch it in here with a pair of vice grips. And that'll kind of hold it out of our way for us till we rotate it. Let's see if all's right in the world. These will crack loose and we'll spin them out with our fingers, but I'm kind of doubting it. They stick through the front of the hub, so there's some threads on the ends that are going to be a little bit nasty. And they might even have Loctite on them, who knows. Probably ought to get a ratchet wrench, but I don't want to get it stuck in there. But let me go grab one. And we'll give her a little shot of the WD. Just in case it has some water on it, you know? I've never seen a penetrating oil or Panther Pea or anything in a can that pisses people off more than WD-40, which I think it's kind of funny. So that's why we use it. Probably fits into that spiteful thing again, doesn't it? Yeah, these are going to go tight all the way to the end. Well, this one's not too bad. Well, that's because the WD-40 had longer time to work on this one. Let's see, we don't want to get our wrench stuck. Okay, this one feels like she's loosening up. Alright, we'll leave that right in there. Let's see. And so we can do it with our ratchet wrench because that one would have made it. Just the way the axle's designed, I didn't want the bolt to come out and get stuck in there. Beautiful. Now we'll rotate it. Sometimes you can rotate it with the vice grip still in there and the axle pushed in. Sometimes you can't. This time we can. We'll WD up this side too, because clearly it helped the other side come apart easy. Let's see, we'll crack these loose. Crack. I don't know if we have to take the speed sensor out. I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. But yesterday I looked at this on scan data and it had a clear, obvious hitch in its giddy up. Like it's missing, you know, half the magnet at least. Sensor worked fine, but there was one spot it didn't work in. What's up, Miss O?
You were gonna show them about the oil.
Oh, right. Give me just a moment. Well, I got the rest of the bolts there loosened up, folks. We're gonna knock a stud out of it because we're gonna use that to push the bearing off, so we don't really have to do any beating. I need some lubrication on these threads. So it's a classic nut and bolt trick. These are the Astro Tools Last Chance / First Try Hub Removal units. You want to make sure you're pushing and getting something solid here on the back side of that backing plate, or stick something down there to keep it from dinging up the plate so bad. I got thinking, we don't have to clean this up, you ding dong. It's gonna be brandy new. What was this guy thinking, huh? He wasn't. Got her wedged a little too tight, fella. But it did crack loose, and that's half the battle, half the time. Let's see if we can't give her the old rotate. We'll give her a little push on the bottom. See if there's anything solid there, and boy, maybe. It just catches the edge here. We'll see if it shouldn't push out too hard, but let's see if we can do it without destroying the backing plate. I'll give it just a little push. Yes, ma'am. But she's tighter tight. If we were smart about it, what could we have done? This guy will tell you. We could have pushed out 2 studs. But we didn't. So we're just going to give it the runaround here. Usually doesn't take much. Must fit inside that knuckle a little more precise than others. Yeah. See, now it's easy. Choking up on that hammer like a 3rd grader. I don't even know if that's true. I don't even know if 3rd graders choke up on the handle of their hammers. Let me move you out of the way so I can hit this thing on the other side. Oh, left-handed hammer action. Well, come on, fella. Oh, you don't want to do that, dude. Well, yeah, now we can push, we can see what we're hitting. It's really precise in that knuckle. Jeez Louise. Alright, well, we got it. And I was right. It's missing a fair amount of the magnet. So there's some. Rest of it's M.I.A. So that's that. Don't forget that little fella. We will clean the rust and corrosion. We'll do that. We'll leave our bolts right in there. We'll clean out the corrosion in here. Careful not to hit your speed sensor. And then we'll stick the new bearing in there. Not much corrosion on the top. It's all good up there. Alright, I guess that's about it. Looks pretty good in there. Beautiful. A little bit of that up in there. Nice. Apple Pie Baseball Chevrolet. We got it right from the man, right out of People's Republic of Korea, or the Republic of Korea. I guess that's a little different. That's how we know she's genuine Chevrolet. Ah, smells like apple pie. There she is. There's our new bearing. She only goes one way. We're gonna take and get her greased up here so she doesn't get stuck. Then we'll put the backing plate back on and slip that in and torque her to factory spec. Got a gobbo grease from the grease gun. We'll do up our splines. Do up inside the hub here. Cut down on the corrosion for a little while anyways. Why not fluid film? Well, my can is M.I.A. Get these little guys kind of hang out here, hold our backing plate for us. We'll slip her on. Get one of them started. Doesn't matter which one, whichever one you can get to. Come on, baby. Get another one started, then we should be in good shape. And keep our axle pushed through. There we go. Chevrolets are made with precision, man. Just gonna draw one of the bolts in, that way we can push our axle in here. And hold that while we do the rest of them. And once you get all four of those in, which is pretty easy to do, just like taking them out, only different, we will torque them down to 96 foot-pounds. We're going to try to show you we're going to show you our words today. We're going to try to stay straight on as possible. Well, 96 is quite a bit on a, what is that thing, a 12 millimeter bolt? Is it 12? Yeah. Mother of pearl! Yeah, I double checked the spec. It did say 96 foot-pounds. Woo! Too snug. But we do have to get them slightly offset here. You can do the math or the calculation of what the actual torque value is being slightly offset. But an extension does not change your rotational torque value. But being offset from the fastener does. But I don't like this. I'm going to double check that torque spec again. That's 85 and I don't like how it feels. Let me double check, folks. Yeah, I double checked it. It is 96 foot-pounds, which we've already achieved on this one. So why am I back up here? Just making sure we did it there. I don't like it. These aren't very big fasteners for that kind of torque. Now, I'm not going to sit here and strip out the hub on it. That's 87. We'll check out this side here. It even shows a picture of them, so I know I'm not messing that up. Let's see, front wheel bearing hub assembly bolt. It says quantity too, so there's a typo. 96 pound-feet. And you know, all we're talking about here is the front wheel bearing hub assembly. And I wonder if they call it a quantity of 2 because how they show it you know, depicted here. Sometimes this stuff that's translated from a different language into English, sometimes some of the stuff is lost in translation. Anyhow, just want to show you guys, make you think I wasn't crazy. To make you think I wasn't crazy, have you think I'm not crazy? I don't even know what the heck I'm saying at this point. So this one, I got to 96. This one here I haven't done yet. Mother of pearl, we got that one. I'm gonna go double check that one on the other bottom side, but I know what bolts feel like when things are about to happen. Come back in this little guy. We're dang near straight on. There we go. We got 96 iron. Now we all feel good. We're all factory spec'd on this thing. And we'll get our axle nut here. We'll factory spec that, of course. 192 is what this one says. It's like a little bar in here. Probably should get a longer bar. Have a little more leverage anyways. Keep her straight. Mother lover! There, we got her. Went and found my can of lanolin. So I'll give this a little spritz through. The inside of this rotor is still nice and clean because it's relatively new. Stick that on there. Hey, that guy. Oh, got one. No. Stick this on here. Oh, I'm not used to this hot weather. Man, it comes in like a lion, boy. Spin this around all the way. We're gonna hang our caliper back up, but first we're gonna put a little Loctite on these. And like I say, we are changing this brake hose, but it'll be a whole lot easier with the caliper installed. So we'll do that first. We'll just, like I say, a little bit of Loctite. Stick that on there, and then these need to be angle torqued. They're torque heel bolts, so make sure you replace them every time you take them off. We're gonna go 59, I think I wrote down. 59 foot-pounds on those. And if you think you're getting these bolts new when you go to the dealer, good luck. Because oddly enough, they never have them in stock. But they always have all the brake parts in stock. And these things are always on like a forever, now you're never going to get it type back order. And then now, we need to set our torque wrench down, let it calibrate. Because we're going to go another 30 to 45 degrees. So we'll pick something in the middle, you know what it says? Yeah, 30 to 45, so we'll go 35. No, we'll go 40. We'll go 40. Ish. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. We're getting there, almost there. There we are. Whew. And that ends up being 221 pound-feet of torque at 40 degrees on this particular bolt. And that one was 230.9 pound-feet of torque at 48 degrees. So there's that. Let's swap out the brake hose. While we're right here, we'll probably put a little WD up on there. She's looking a little crusty. It does come with a new banjo bolt. We bought OEM hoses, and I think it comes with a new bracket too. And it does. Comes with lots of stuff on it here. Throw that away. Country of origin. Oh, right here, boys. America. Chevrolet. They make their brake hoses here. Wow. That's something new. It has a slot here. The ABS wire clicks into it, and it looks like we need a 13mm bolt and a certain size wrench and another size wrench for that. When we get all the stuff, and we'll swap her out. Here we go. We're going to take and pop this ABS wire out if we can. We'll just get it out of its clip first. Maybe. Get that baby out of there. We'll see if we can't just pull the clip out without breaking it. Might have to wait till we get the bracket off because I've got to come at it from the other angle here. Oh, there we go. There we are. So we got that clip out. We need to save that. And then I did spray this with some of the Dub D a little bit ago. We need to wiggle our wrench on there to get the rust off. It's a 13mm variety. We're going to use a line wrench. Because it's a line and it only seems appropriate. Crack it right loose. That WD, I tell you what, boy, what a great penetrator. I'm kidding, they all suck. It would have came loose just as good without it. Some people got under the impression, one time, I don't know, a few videos ago, maybe 10 or 12 videos ago, the WD-40 was our sponsor. They were a sponsor. And I think I stated clearly in the video that they're not a sponsor. No sponsorship from WD, okay? We just use it because it upsets people. When I find somebody's trigger, I just can't stop. And it is pretty kind of funny. Pretty kind of funny. This guy cannot talk today. How easily people get upset over ridiculous things, such as whether or not WD-40 is a penetrating oil. I have no idea. I like it because it makes my toolbox shiny if I ever decide to wipe it off. And that's about it. We use it on our alignment rack, keeps it from rusting. You know, so that's our use of the WD. But then once I found out that it triggers people like crazy, then we started using it exclusively for everything. Only on camera though. We're gonna use an 11mm on the banjo bolt here. Make sure your bucket's ready. Whoop. So it's gonna peep you on the ground a little. Okay, and then we need to clean out the back side of the caliper here where the banjo goes. Let me show you. And that's all crusty. And then to do that, we don't want to get a ton of junk down in there. So we're going to use an earplug, an expanding foam earplug. We're going all the way. We'll stick that right in there. Hold it for a second, let it expand. Charles the Humble Mechanic showed me that trick, I think on one of his YouTube videos. I said, that's a good trick. That's a good trick, my guy. Pretty sure it was on one of his videos. Maybe it's on his Instagram, I don't know. He's on social media all over. Push it up it. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. He wasn't doing this particular job, but he was plugging a hole on something. And I says, I'll be. So I'm going to have to remember that. I have to remember to do that too. So we'll kind of give that a little douche there. Okay. And I guess we can pull the ear plug out. You don't want to reuse it, I wouldn't think. You wouldn't want to stick that in your ear anyways. Come on, little guy. Now I can't get it. Great tip, Charles. There it is, ta-da. So we didn't get any junk in there. We got our ear plug out. Let's find our hose. It's over here. We can just get this started right now because we still have our socket on a torque wrench here. Okay, we'll leave that. We'll come back, torque that to factory specs, and we'll get this little guy lined up on the brake line fitting up here. There's that. So we got that started. You want to make darn sure it's easier to get it started when it's just kind of hanging here in outer space. We'll make sure it's started.
You ate lunch today?
Yes, ma'am. The whistle blew about a minute ago. We don't know where you were.
Why are you still out in the shop?
Waiting for you.
Obviously lunch is ready. The whistle blew.
Oh, is that how it works, huh? I will remember that, woman.
Yeah.
All right, let's grab our other torque wrench here. Whoa! Everything's getting slippery. Brake fluid's pretty slippery stuff. And that one is torqued to spec. Take and tighten up the brake line nut here. We'll make sure this is torqued to factory spec, of course. Give that just a light snug-a-dugga there. I guess it's not snug. It's just a plain old snug at this point. We'll stick our clip back in here. We're going to stick it in opposite of the way it was, just to be rebels. Click that in. Gonna get out the old brake clean. Remove all of our evidence of being here in the brake fluid. And we'll cram this thing down to 25 pound-feet of torque. If it ever, whoops, we got there. Whoa, we went 26.8. Too much. We need to finish cleaning off the control arm and around this area. And then now we just need to bleed the brakes after lunch. This can doesn't really have turbo jet on it like they normally do. Maybe it's a straw. Okay. Everything looks good. Look at this relic. 02 Rapid Ranger with a cap. Would you be so kind as to help us? Please? Huh?
I guess so.
Appreciate ya. Yeah, 70,000 miles on this little guy. Had a parasitic draw all fixed. Got to put these on that Colorado there, Canyon, one we're working on. Old cooler lines are leaking. I don't know what kind of job that is. So these calipers, they're fixed. But I mean, there's no slide pins or anything like that. Similar to what Toyota does. Okay, go ahead and push down. Okay, up. Just go ahead and start pumping them up there, old girl. So using a loop of hose like this doesn't allow air to get back into the caliper, so she can just kind of push the fluid through for us. Okay, that's good. Then we can close off this side. Shouldn't be much air in the system anyways. We'll double check both sides. Okay, go ahead and push down. Okay, let up. Okay, now go ahead and pump them. Okay, that's good. All right, so those ones there are good. And then I've just got to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. But before we stick these bleeder caps back on, as you blow the brake fluid off it. Give it a little good luck there. I usually put a little fluid film around them. Put the caps back on. Done. Can't believe how freaking nice the weather is. Or should I say hot? It's like was this the second week of April? 84 degrees outside and sunshine. Pretty amazing. We're gonna fill our brake reservoir back up. Not afraid to fill her up to the max line because the brake pads on this thing are pretty much brand new all the way around. The hose over here on the passenger side, essentially the same exact thing, just on the other side. You know what I mean? Well, that's it, folks. So the front wheel bearing and the brake hoses on your Chevy or your GMC Canyon or Colorado, wherever these things are, with the big 3.6. So that's a pretty easy job. That hub fits in that knuckle pretty precisely. Usually those, jacking bolts that we'll use to kind of crack the wheel bearing loose, usually you can just crack loose and give it a couple whacks. But half the battle, most of the time, is just getting it to crack loose out of the knuckle, at least here in the Northeast, where everything gets rusty and crusty and corroded. And that aluminum corrosion in those knuckles, you'd be surprised how tight that can hold in a wheel bearing. Granted, we should have popped out 2 of them and used 2 bolts. But as I say, typically you just get it to break loose and you're good to go. So I've got to finish the old cooler lines. I'm running out of time. Cars are getting stacked up, so we're not going to record that part, but we recorded what we could for this part. And I couldn't take you for a drive because I don't want to warm it up before I do the cooler lines. But anyhow, you guys say cool in that comment section. Questions, comments, Insta, the Facebook. We're on both of those things. Patreon and everywhere. We're everywhere, man. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.